Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and the worst of all.
Today, I will be reviewing Mako at SeaWorld Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Boy oh boy, is this a good hypercoaster. I just had the opportunity to ride this thing in May 2022, and like I said, boy oh boy, it is a very good B&M hypercoaster. I will be explaining why in this video, and then at the end of the video, letting you know if you should go out and ride it or not. And so, anyways, let's just get started with my review, my dudes. First off, let's talk about the station on this ride. So, Mako has the number 2 B&M Hyper station I've ever seen. The number 1 being the station of Candemonium at Hershey Park. But anyways, back to Mako. This one has like sharks on the ceiling of the station, which I think is really cool and goes along with the Mako theme of this coaster. And yeah, so now let's talk about the layout of this thing. So when you exit the station on Mako, you're going to take a slight turn to the right, and then you're going to go up this lift hill, and after that lift hill, you'll then go into a drop, which gives you some serious airtime no matter what row you're in on Mako, and then you go up and then to a sideways airtime hill, I would say, and then you go into another big airtime hill, which definitely gives you airtime, and then you go into a hammerhead turn and some more airtime hills, and then you pop up into your mid-course brake run, which after that you will get off of that and go drop from that into like a twisted drop, and then some more airtime hills, and then 1 or 2 airtime hills, I would say, and then you go into the turnaround on the lake, which is really cool, and after that you fly into your brake run. So I think this has a decent layout, but I would agree with people. I think that this has the first half as well. A lot of people say that, and I agree with that. And I think the first half is better than the second half, to be honest. But it's still my favorite B&M hypercoaster that I've done. And so, yeah. What seat do I think this is? I think Mako is a back seat ride, because after that, when you go up that lift hill and go into that drop, you get pulled over the lift hill into the drop, and then you get the airtime, which is absolutely phenomenal. And yeah. And I also recommend trying the front too, because I thought the front was a pretty good spot on Mako too. But nevertheless, backseat is the way to go on this. Mako is a backseat ride, at least for me it is, because of that pull you get over the drop, and followed by that air time, which is really phenomenal. And yeah, so to up your experience, I would also recommend riding this one barefoot, because it just feels good to have that air on your feet, especially here on Mako. So that's why I recommend you do it. And yeah. So overall, what would I rate Mako? I would rate it a 9.5 out of 10. It is my favorite coaster at SeaWorld Orlando, and plus, it's my favorite B&M Hyper that I have done. Although I gave it a 9.5 because they could work on the second half a little more. At least I wish they would have put at least a little more elements in the second half, but it's alright. It's still my favorite B&M hypercoaster. And yeah, so would I recommend you go out to ride Mako? Absolutely. It is a very good B&M hypercoaster, and you'll like this coaster a lot. And yeah, so that concludes my review on Mako at SeaWorld Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, your thoughts on Mako, if you've been on it, if you agree or disagree with my opinion, and if there's anything I missed. And make sure to stay tuned for more. Coming soon to Coaster Plus Music 19. And make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I have t-shirts, face masks, all the things. So make sure to go check that out. I'll have a link in the description. And also subscribe if you are new and turn on post notifications so you will not miss when I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next.